and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here again to regale you with another episode. Yes, indeed, I'm so thankful that you've tuned in to listening to the ramblings of this madman that talks about random stuff. Yes, indeed. To all my new subscribers, because thankfully I did see a bunch of new subscribers subscribe. Welcome to the party, pal. And you will see a lot of horror talk, because I'm mostly a horror channel. But you will also encounter random things that just pop into the world that is Professor Macabro. Movie reviews, mostly DVD updates, and Halloween decor or costume stuff. So if that's your jam, stay tuned because, oh boy, you're in for a lot of randomness. Yes, indeed. And speaking of random, I wanted to talk about a subgenre in the horror genre that doesn't seem to get enough entries. I feel it could really benefit from having more exposure and more movies based around it. And that's the movies showcasing strippers. Yes, indeed. Now, I'm not just mentioning scenes of a movie that take place in a stripper bar. I mean full-on, blown, story-driven movies about strippers or a group of strippers trying to survive something. Yes, indeed. You might, and I actually should have brought it out here, but if you saw Planet Terror, that does have, if memory serves right, it's been a while since I've seen Planet Terror, but I do remember the main chick that gets her leg chopped off and then is replaced by a machine gun. That wasn't a stripper, right? It was a stripper joint where the whole thing happens, if memory serves me right. So, there's probably another movie in the 80s that I'm not remembering that might also have been the same situation. But for a while there, after Planet Terror, we did get a couple of movies that were set like that, where a group of strippers in a strip club have to encounter and fight zombies. Yes, indeed. Or there is another movie that we'll talk about that I don't own, but mostly strippers versus is the thing, yes indeed. There's of course a scene in the Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse that takes place in a stripper bar where there is this stripper chick that is stripper zombie, I should say, but she's already a zombie. In Zombieland, in the intro, there's also a scene where this guy's running away from strippers that have become zombies. But no, I mean strippers fighting zombies and or other monsters. You can do a lot, which is another thing I'll talk about. So, I don't know if there are any more entries. If there are more entries, let me know. Let me know, because I am curious in this subgenre, and would like to be introduced to new movies of it. I am quite curious on how many movies similar to this there exist. But, other than Planet Terror and another movie that I'm going to talk about that I don't own, these are the only movies that I know exist. Again, as far as I can, my research has yielded results. So if you know another movie that would fit into this subgenre, let me know. Please, very curious to expand my knowledge of this particular genre. But again, it's Zombies vs. Strippers. This is actually produced by and released by Full Moon. And this is Zombies vs. Strippers. And of course, again, this is Full Moon. And this is about a group of strippers that are fighting zombies. So, yes. I have seen this one, and it's not that good, I must admit. It's not bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. I must admit. Then we have this one, and I remember this one getting a lot of hype because of the people involved in it. If memory serves me right, this might have come out before this one. But Professor Macabro has onset memory loss, so I don't really remember. But this one was big. Zombie strippers, not zombies versus strippers. Zombie strippers. Yes, indeed. Because in this one, it stars Robert Englund and Jenna Jameson as in a strip club. There is Jenna Jameson is the hottest stripper in the strip club, and she gets turned into a zombie, and that kind of makes her more sexual, even though she's slowly rotting away, and, well, I would assume she would sink. So, whenever she takes someone to a private dance, she munches on them. And, but apparently Jenna Jameson is so fucking hot in this that people are willing to risk having their privates chopped off. And then there's another stripper that's really jealous, so she gets turned into a zombie to compete with Jenna Jameson. And there's this group of, I think they're still pretty hot, but I guess in Robert Englund, who is the owner of the strip club's eyes, he sees he sees them as lower tier strippers, so they have to fight the zombified strippers and all the piles and piles of reanimated bodies that have been bitten by the zombie strippers and are now zombies. So it's properly zombies versus strippers. But this one is one with the highest budget, because this was released by Sony, and of course it has a bigger cast and a bigger production value, but still, it's a very curious concept where it has strippers that have become zombies and then strippers that have to fight the zombies. Yes, indeed. This is better than Zombies vs. Strippers, but you will be shocked to hear this. This is not actually my favorite entry in this genre, for I encountered this movie that I'm gonna throw you for a loop, I know, that I blind bought, and I was like, oh shit, this is one of similar movie. And this is not Zombies versus Strippers, not Zombie Strippers. This is properly Zombies, Strippers versus Zombies. Oh boy, that's a long title. This was released by In the Dark, and I will admit, this is actually my favorite one. This one starts that there's this guy that is selling chemicals to this pothead drug dealer kind of guy. But he sees a new kind of crystal, and he steals it because he gives it to this stripper. It's kind of taking advantage of him, and he feels that they're in love. So he pounds it so that the people can snort it. But upon snorting this chemical crystal that he stole, they turn into zombies. So they invade the strip club that the main characters are in, and they're basically stuck because whenever a new person comes to the strip club, well, he gets attacked by a bunch of zombies, and then he turns into a zombie. And then when someone else comes to the strip club, well, then he turns into a zombie. So the people that are stuck in the strip club have to figure out ways to survive this growing army of zombies that are trying to get in. So it's kind of like Assault on Precinct 13th with a little bit of Night of the Living Dead. But the performances from the actresses I felt were really good. Again, they're not, they're probably not as well-known actresses, but I really enjoyed this. The humor is, it's my kind of humor, and it's a low-budget film, but it doesn't look cheap. It's well-filmed. The editing is pretty good, and the ladies are really, really hot. So, again, this is my favorite one of the Zombies versus Strippers genre. So, yes, highly recommend Strippers versus Zombies. Not to be confused with Zombie Strippers or Zombies versus Strippers. Yes, indeed. I can see where there would be some confusion with these titles. Yes, indeed. But those are the only ones that I know where strippers fight zombies. There's another movie that I don't own and I haven't seen, but I know of its existence, and I've been trying to track it down, called Strippers vs. Werewolves. I'm curious about that one. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, hopefully I'll be able to come across a copy of it and check it out for myself and see what all the hubbub is about. Yes, indeed. But, like I said, this is a genre that I feel has a lot of potential. Not just a scene in a horror movie that takes place in a strip club, but a full movie that has the characters fight, something. You could do strippers versus aliens. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I'm genuinely surprised that the Asylum hasn't taken a dip into this kind of genre because I didn't find in my research. These are the only three that I have and that I've found in my research other than that Strippers vs. Werewolves. But I'd be most curious to know if there are any other movies that you might know about, and you can let me know about, so I can actively search for it, for research, of course, or research, and give it a watch. But have you seen Zombies versus Strippers, Zombie Strippers, or Zombie Strippers versus Zombies, or Strippers versus Werewolves? Let us know. Let us know which one is your favorite and how is that Strippers versus Werewolves in the comments down below. But until I see you all again next time, this has been Professor Macabro thanking you and wishing you all, like always, a good evening.